Hi there folks, well welcome back to my channel. For this video I'm back in the Falkirk area. I'm actually in the village of Torwood, and where I'm going to be going to is just up this wee track just on my left hand side, and it's something that seems to be getting a bit of attention recently online, because what I'm going to be going to visit is called Torwood Castle, Torwood Blue Pool, and I think from what I've seen online there is also the remains of a broch in the area as well. So there isn't any parking on site for the castle, the Blue Pool or the broch, as far as I know. And most people say it's if you park on Glen Road, then you should be able to go up this wee pedestrian path and be able to find your way up to the castle, the broch and the Blue Pool. And for those who don't know, a broch is like a prehistoric Iron Age tower. And they're usually kind of quite prominent. They're usually up in the Highlands. The only one that I've actually managed to visit was the Dunkerley broch up on the Isle of Lewis. And yeah, so it'll be kind of quite interesting to see what this one's like down here. I will be grabbing my things in just a moment before I do head off. If you enjoy my channel, if you enjoy my videos, if you can click on the subscribe button, click on that notification bell, leave some likes, leave some comments, it's always really appreciated. It really does help the channel to grow. And if you want to support the channel further, you can also follow me on TikTok and Blue Sky. And you can also click on the join button and become a channel member. So with that out of the road, I'm going to grab my things and go for a walk. So just coming off Glen Road. And this is the path I'm going to be heading up. Yeah, so try and zoom in on that. Yeah, so there's no vehicle access to private roads. So no vehicle access to Torwood Castle or Tapoch Broch. So on foot from here. So just up this way. So again, as with so many sites like this, it's kind of uneven underfoot. It's not tarmacked, it's just some hardcore for the road up. So again, just wear some sensible shoes and obviously sensible clothing as well, because again, there's no point going out in flip-flops if you're going out for a hike and get yourself injured. And yeah, I think even Billy Connolly did a sketch about that, about seeing people going up Ben Nevis and like things like flip-flops and then wondering why they get hurt. So we keep following this path up and try and see if I can show you. Yeah, I'm nearly at the castle. You can just see it through the trees, just at the end of the road. So, I'm not sure if I'm actually going to be able to get inside the castle, but I'll at least be able to try and at least explore the outside of it and show you the outside of the castle. Because I think it's in the care of the Torwood Castle Heritage Trust. Could be wrong there. But I know that there have been some paranormal investigations carried out in the castle. And apparently they've gotten like EVPs and all that sort of stuff. But I did try and check to see if there's any ghost stories about the castle. Like if there were like any stories about grey ladies or ghostly figures or whatever. But I couldn't find anything. but I do know that there have been some paranormal investigations carried out. So apparently it is haunted, from what I've seen. But again, what castle in Scotland isn't haunted? So I'll go up to the wee gap in the wall over there and try and see what I can show you. Yeah, so do bear in mind that Torwood Castle is a ruin. So if you are going to be going up to the castle, yeah, you will be doing so at your own risk. And yeah, you have to obviously go in knowing that it's in a ruinous state. So that's the castle there. Still not seen any signs for the broch though. So that's the castle itself. You can also see there's still some of the walls from the old buildings. So obviously it wouldn't have just been the tower house, it would have been outbuildings as well. And you can see there's obviously remains of cobbling for the floor. And I'm guessing they must hold events here as well because they've got a wee pavilion over there. Yeah, I think I made friends with the dog. Don't know if she's coming back over the ball. She's come back over to play. So, not sure if I'll be able to get in, but have a little nosy around anyway. Yeah, so it was a Forester castle because I think they were given or the responsibility to look after the surrounding forestry. I think it was hunting land for the Stuarts, so they're all family. So that's what they're also called Forester. So is it Blaw Hunter, Blaw, Thy Horn is a part of their words. So that welcome sign on the plough. So obviously this is the back of the castle. And you also see the smaller windows at the bottom and bigger windows at the top. A bit like what they had at Linlithgow, at the palace there.
Bridge, I think.
Alright.
So the Scots had put their cannons up here and down over the farmers' field towards the River Cannon.
Aye.
And the English were on the other side, all over Cromwell.
Probably
it was a big battle trying to get across.
Probably quite a good view and quite a good vantage point up here.
Aye. That was 1700s.
Alright.
So eventually the English actually went back to Edinburgh and Leith.
Alright.
Took their boats across to Fife, and then they came up this way, so the Scots had to leave the castle and fight them. I think get the ass kicked. When I first started coming up, Gary was doing it just about himself.
Wasn't he the one that was actually living on site? I'd heard somebody was living on site at one point.
Aye, still lives in the castle. Aye.
Yeah, it's quite atmospheric though, having those on.
Aye, it's brilliant. It's a work in progress.
Aye. All places like this always are, aren't they?
Aye, aye.
Whereas I always find vaulted ceiling so impressive. It's just pretty much what I was holding this whole place up.
Aye. That would have just been the storage room next door.
Aye. But it's just the size of these fireplaces. You can imagine how hot it would be in here at one point.
Aye.
I can imagine the views from up here. Oh, access, yeah. Yeah. Cool. Yeah, it definitely is. See the views. Aye. Yeah, 'cause that's down towards Stirling, isn't it?
No, that's behind us.
Oh, is that behind us?
Aye, you're going down towards Denny's on the right hand side.
Alright.
Falkirk will be to the left hand side. They go to see the hospital.
Alright. But she's wearing there.
We made the table and we made the windows and that as well.
Aye.
It was just sheets of plywood.
Alright.
Covering the whole up.
Aye. Looks almost like a shell and a gig, that.
That's what we think it is.
Aye. Yeah, so the door to the castle was locked, but one of the guys who was out cutting the grass was kind enough to actually take me in and show me around a bit. So, guys at Torwood Castle, thanks, I'd really appreciate that. And again, a lot of work has been carried out to try and preserve this place and open it more up to the public and have it as more of an attraction so folk can come visit here and learn more about Scottish history. Because again, this is probably somewhere that a lot of tourists probably don't even know about. I think it's starting to kind of become more well known amongst people in Scotland, but something like this really does deserve to be better known. Yeah, the guys were saying that the broch is up this way, and I think the Blue Pool's up here as well. And they were saying that the Blue Pool's quite mysterious, that it's believed to have been a mine shaft of some sort, but I think they're not quite too sure. And there's also the weird colour of it as well. I think there's supposed to be a story that a couple of miners fell down the shaft, or what was supposed to be a shaft, and died when they hit the bottom, obviously. Apparently that's just adds to the ghost stories of this area. Yeah, so even though this place is said to be haunted, I've not seen anything or heard anything particularly spooky, but if you see anything in the video, anything in the footage, do let me know. And be interested to see if anyone sees or hears anything that I've not seen or heard. And yeah, so I think there's a wee post just up there, so that might be telling me where the Blue Pool and the broch are. And I was talking to one of the guys down at the castle, and it is thought that some of the stonework from the broch itself was robbed out and used to build the castle, which would kind of make sense. You always kind of find that as one defensive structure replaces another, and the previous defensive structure gets robbed out for the stonework, and the stonework gets reused. And yeah, so it just goes to show that things are always just a continuation. But I'll try and get up here and see what the signpost says. Yeah, so that's the way I've just come. And as I was saying on the post, it's at Dennivan Road over to Denny. So I'm guessing that'd be that road there. And Tap Broch. That's a bit of a mouthful. I think that's along that way there. And the guy at the castle was saying that the Blue Pool was behind a silver gate. So I'm guessing it must be down that way. But I'll try and head down to the broch first, and then along to the Blue Pool. There's a lot of roots on this path, so if you're coming along this way, do be careful. You probably could get hurt up here. Yes, I think I'm going in the right direction for this. I mean, you can't really go in any other direction, can I? You can see how overgrown it is here. It's like Tick City up here, all this bracken. This must be going to do some of the forestry work. Don't know if maybe I've gone too far, because the path does continue on, but there's been a lot of tree felling, and there's also that tree in my way. So I'm going to head back along this way and Try and see if I can see anything. I don't know if maybe if I have come too far, or if it's just been, I can't get any further to it because of the felled trees. If I can't find it, I think I'll just head up to the Blue Pool and show you that. Yeah, I came back down onto the main forestry track and came along a wee bit to see if I could see anything from the broch. But no, there's nothing along the main track. I think you probably do have to go up the little trail that I went up. I'm guessing it must have been beyond where those fallen trees were, because it was pretty obvious that the path continued. Just couldn't get past those trees. So I'm going to head back down to that wee junction and try and get along to the Blue Pool. Yeah, the guys down at the castle were saying the castle itself was featured, or the site was featured on a programme on the Discovery Channel. Also it'd been about the ghosts and the hauntings and that. So I will have to give that a look, try and see if I can find the clip. Could be interesting to see. And if I can find that clip, I might try and see if I can link that into this video so you can go see that video as well. Because Tenors Bit, something like that's going to be on YouTube as well. So definitely something to look into when I get back to the house. Yeah, I was told a silver gate. Go up here. That wind's really picking up. And there, a good wee view of the castle. Yeah, I don't know why the wind's picking up so much. I'm not supposed to have a weather front coming in, but that's not until tomorrow. Yeah, I was having a bit of a worry there. I was going in the wrong direction again, like I did with Yester Castle. But what the maps on my phone was saying, that I'm going the right direction. And it's about 0.3 miles ahead. So at least I'm going the right direction for this one. And I did check for the broch, and it did appear that it was up along that path that I was going along previously, the one that was blocked by all the trees. So maybe that could be something I could see another time. I'm pretty sure I've got friends who'd love to come and see Torwood as well and come for a wee explore here. Yeah, I just noticed you can get a good view here of the Firth of Forth. So it's just right there in the distance. And I don't know if you can make out on the camera, but you can see the Forth bridges. You can see all three of them. I'll be looking up towards Fife. They've got the old refinery there. Yeah, so that's the way I've just came. And this is the gap in the trees that I was seeing on my map, which is where you're supposed to go up to for the Blue Pool. And there's a wee bit of wall to get over. It's a bit muddy, so again, just watch your footing. And that's the way I'm heading up. I've come down the path, and there's a gap in the forest, and a wee gap in the wall as well. Just heading along this way. People that I was talking to just there were saying that the Blue Pool is up here. Again, this looks like thick forest. It's like so much bracken. Yeah, there's one thing I could hear there. It's the buzzing from the electrical cables. They're going between the pylons. I think the Blue Pool itself is just up here, I think. Yeah, I can see the wall for it. So it's just right on the edge of the forest. Yeah, so this is the Torwood Blue Pool, and you can see why it's called Blue Pool. It just does have that bluish kind of tinge to the water, which it does suggest it's just filled with chemicals. It's probably leaking out from whatever was being mined, if this was a mine shaft. But you can barely see any depth into the water. Don't wonder how deep that is. Yeah, so that's me being to the Blue Pool. Yeah, the weather seems to be on the turn just now. A lot of clouds are starting to roll in. So I'm going to start heading back up the way I came and get back down to where I've left my car. So I think it's going to be at least a couple mile walk back to the car. Then again, nothing wrong with that. Gets me at the house and it gets me seeing interesting places like this. Well, that's me back at the car from my wee visit up to Torwood Castle and the Torwood Blue Pool. And yeah, even though it was a bit of a shame I wasn't able to see the broch, yeah, so I could always try and see that on another trip. Because I know that at least one of my friends really wants to come up and see the castle and the Blue Pool. Because even she's heard about this place being haunted. And she from what she said that from what she saw of it online, she thought it looked really spooky and creepy, so I think it's probably the main reason why she wants to come here. So again, thanks to the guys for letting me have a little nosy in the castle itself and having a little wander around. It's a really interesting place. Really enjoyed my little visit, and hopefully you will have enjoyed this video. Hopefully you will find it interesting, and I'll see you all in the next one. Bye bye.